fellowship is just the church's fancy way of saying community. To be honest, I'm not sure why we don't just say community instead. Fellowship is just the practice of spending time with other Christians, usually inside the church. It's meant for encouraging, teaching, and enjoying time spent with one another, just the same as a community group in a neighborhood, school, or any other kind of organization. Fellowship is incredibly important to people who are new Christians. They've just set foot into a brand new world and need help understanding some of the confusing themes in Scripture, and need someone to explain some of the weird terminology that Christians sometimes use without realizing that it makes no sense to people who haven't been going to church their whole life. It's also somewhat common for people to lose a lot of their old friends when they become a Christian. It's no secret that Christians no longer have the best reputation in the world, and if people find out that you're a Christian and you start living your life differently than you used to, there's a chance you may lose some longtime friends, even though you haven't wronged them in any way, just because of the stigma associated with your new title. And that sucks. You don't want to feel like you're left alone without anybody to share your life with, and that's where fellowship with other Christians come in. Unfortunately, a lot of Christians view fellowship as something that just takes place inside the church building or in organized small groups. That's not how friends act, though. Could you imagine if your only friends were coworkers at your job that you sometimes went to a small group with, like a book club or something, and those were the only times you hung out with them? You probably wouldn't consider them very close friends. Instead, Christians should work on building real friendships with one another in order to share life together and strengthen each other in our faith. So you may be asking, if I already have a good group of friends and I'm pretty solid in my faith, then what point is there for me to have fellowship with other Christians? Well, first of all, if that's you, congratulations. There aren't a lot of people who can say that, and if you're able to, that's something to be proud of and worth holding on to. However, if that's the question you're asking, then you're asking the wrong question. If you're already in a good position when it comes to friends and faith, you shouldn't be asking, what can this do for me? You should instead be asking, what can I offer other people through this? You see, unlike you, there are people out there who need other Christians to be a friend to them and help mentor them. They may be brand new to the faith, or maybe been a part of it their whole life, but still feel isolated because no one in the church has ever offered to mentor them or even spend time with them outside of church activities. Could you imagine being a place like that and wanting so badly for someone to try to build a connection with you? That's the place for people who are strong in the faith and already have good friends to come in and be a friend to that person who has no one else to turn to. Fellowship isn't just about receiving things from other people. It's also about lending a helping hand, smile, and friendship to people who can't find those things anywhere else. We're all part of the same team, and if one of us is having troubles, then it's the responsibility of the rest of us to lend a helping hand. We have to get outside of our own individualistic mindset and lifestyle. We also have to be careful not to form cliques within our set of friends at church to the point where no one else feels welcome unless they're a part of it. Fellowship isn't about having a secret club of cool kids. It's about making sure everyone feels welcome, looking out for the weakest among us, and going out of our way to be a friend to others. If you want more information about anything I've said or have a question or comment for me about this or any other topic, remember you can always email me at sermoninthepocket@gmail.com. And if you like what I'm doing and want to support this podcast, I also have a Patreon by the same title, Sermon in the Pocket. Thank you for taking the time to listen, and have a wonderful day.